What is going on YouTube? Patrick here, and in today's video it is time to do something we skipped last week, which is what did I buy yesterday while at garage sales. Last week I did not film one of these because I was knocked flat on my back by my second COVID vaccine. It was that like a bad flu. Like I haven't been that sick in a few years. It was pretty bad. So I skipped that. I did end up getting my what sold video up. You guys saw that probably on Thursday, so I was like about a day later than usual, but it's done. And then you guys may notice I'm again in a different location. Now I'm back in the eBay room, now named the eBaby room. And I've turned my chair around from where I was before. You can see the crib behind me. There's a little bookshelf that we haven't really put books on yet. You may be able to see. Let's see if I can do this right. There's the mobile. It's a little Star Wars mobile. You can see Fozzie Bear. There's Darth Vader and Stormtrooper. And then if I lean over, you can see there's a couple different Baby Yodas there and there. So we've definitely gone with the Star Wars theme. I'm gonna put some art up here at some point. Has not happened yet, but did buy it. Just haven't done it. You guys can kind of get an idea. There's like stuff to deal with the baby's room. And then different eBay shelves over here in the corner. So still trying to have a little bit of everything in my life. Right? I don't want to do it all. So pretty cool. Did get out to garage sales on Saturday. They were not great. 2 weeks in a row, honestly. I didn't really get to talk about it, but you guys probably saw in the video that I posted on Saturday, there just wasn't a lot of good stuff the week before, and it was the same this week, right? So this week's video yesterday, not good. I'm filming this on Tuesday, so right, it's been a couple days since then, and we had fun. We got out and did some good stuff, but just not finding a lot of stuff. Things we did find were good. I just feel like I'm not buying enough, right? Probably you guys have had that experience as well, where it's like you just don't feel like you're getting enough stuff, even though what you get is good. Don't know. I also feel like the light from how these lamps are hitting me isn't good. I feel like I need to have one like right in my face, like a ring light. We'll see. We'll try out this space. So before I went to garage sales on Saturday, I did go to Savers and Goodwill on Friday, and because I just been having fun doing that again. It's almost strange, right? I was doing that all winter on Saturdays and doing well, but like couldn't wait to get to garage sales, and now I'm missing going to the thrift stores. So I did not film. I just felt like I needed a day to just be a reseller without having to worry about doing the filming. I probably should have filmed. Did I film? I think I did film actually. So I don't know if I have included that in the thing for this or not. But I did find a couple things. Check out this neat telephone. It was sitting there. There's no comps on this phone. I thought it was brand new since it's in the box. After I got home, I discovered that it is not brand new. Um, so that stinks. There were similar phones where it said integrated telephone system. So there were similar phones that are Panasonic selling for like $100 if they're brand new. If they're not brand new, selling for like $50. And I think that's why it was still sitting there. I got lucky on it with that respect because there's no comps. So you have to kind of look outside of just that model number and look for maybe that phone system. That's what I end up keying on, the telephone system. And so I think I can get about $50 for it, even used, maybe 40, something like that. You saw the price though, it was only $5.99. Easy one. I love it. I also purchased probably one of the very first hats that I've ever bought for reselling. I just saw the logo up here, which is PlayStation, right? You guys know I love video games, like most people. But I also really love video games outside of just reselling them. So definitely an affinity there. Saw it. It looked like it was brand new. It's got the little insert inside the front of the hat there. Doesn't have tags. Looks like similar hats are listed anywhere from like $15 to $30. And what they're really selling for is more like in the $15 to $20 range. So I'll probably list it right about there. Probably $20 with free shipping, something like that. All right, so got into Saturday. You guys just probably saw that footage yesterday. The first sale I went to had listed like toys and all sorts of stuff. It was going to be a neighborhood sale. Didn't really know what I was in for. Of course, the very first one of those I go to, I see somebody else pick up all of the video games and controllers, and I was like, oh, come on. So I go back to a different sale. That one didn't have anything. Walked up to a third sale. Tons and tons of toys, you guys. I felt like I was in toy heaven. And I was like, I didn't even look for video games, even though I knew there probably would be some there. I thought, that other guy is probably still looking at other sales. I should be safe. I started going through the toys, and then I looked up, and then here he comes walking down from another area of the sale holding all the video games again. And I tell you what, I wanted to throw up, you guys. Of course, like honestly, this guy's sale, he didn't have the best prices, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up paying like $5 a game there. For some of the games, they actually probably would have been worth it. I know he had Wii Sports Resort. I would have loved to pick that up. I put together a little bundle of toys. Got some good stuff. I think one of the first things I saw was this little Power Rangers blind bag. I didn't really know what it was. I like selling blind bags. I figured if I could get them for like 50 cents, I'd be good. He wanted $2 each. I think I ended up telling him, how about just $1, which he said was fine. They also had what I thought were blind bags. These are Transformers blind bags, but they're actually what the figures on the front is actually what's in the bag. So I didn't even get a full set of those, even though I got, I think, 10 of them, something like that. So I was a little sad I didn't get the full set. That's okay. They don't really have much value. Even the Power Rangers ones, probably the ones I got probably about $7 worth of stuff. So really not worth it to pick up. The Transformers, I think even less than that. We're seeing like $5 or $6 on the full set of 6, which I don't even have. I'll probably open up a couple of them just for my own collection. And then the rest of them, I don't know what I'm going to do with at the moment. I may donate them, or I may send them to nieces, nephews in Florida. We'll see. We'll see. I did grab something that actually ended up being a good pickup, which I saw a bunch of these Avatar. This is from the James Cameron Avatar movie. I recognized them immediately. There were a few others which ended up being McDonald's toys, which I don't really think had any value. They were selling for a couple bucks maybe, with some of the cooler like creature toys in there. So I got this one and then the Dire Horse. Right? I don't know about, at the time, I didn't look it up. I didn't know if they were worth money. My gut just told me I should buy them. The figures, there were 6 of those like actual action figures. I think for that lot, I'm going to get $30. For that big bird looking thing, I'm going to get $30 as well. And then for the horse thing that came with it, probably about $12. So I think I ended up paying him $2 a figure, something like that. And so I probably paid $20. I'm going to turn it into about 70. So not terrible, not like the best out of the bunch there. And then some, I got the full set of these guys. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or if they're going to go up on eBay. Let me check the list here. About $7. So not like a huge amount of profit for the full 4 of them. That's why I thought maybe I'll keep them. I did get one gem out of the bunch, which I saw the Nintendo 64 logo on this cabinet. I have sold these before, usually in like the $30 to $40 range. That's what I was expecting it to go for. He asked $20 on it, which I was like, I know if it's only going to be worth 30 or 40, that's going to be too high. So I said, that's just out of my price range. He was counting up the rest of the stuff, and he was like, how about $68 or something like that? Or I think he was about to say that. And I said, look, let's just do 60 on this lot here. You can keep the case. Somebody will buy it probably. And he goes, he didn't look happy, but then he was like, you know what? Let's do that. And then, you know what? I'll throw this in for $10 more. So how about 70 total? I probably ended up getting a really good deal on that because it's selling anywhere from like $50 to $120. I'm not really sure why there's such a huge spread on there. It's in good shape. It's got a couple dings on it. But I think like reasonable at $20. It probably would have been a good pickup at that. So for 10, even better. So all in, like I said, I spent $70. About everything I bought is going to be about $171. There was also a Transformer, which I don't remember where I put them in here. I think I ended up getting 2 Transformers. One of them had 0 value, who's missing way more pieces than I thought. The other guy, though, was complete, no weapons, but otherwise the rest of the figure was complete, which I always have that problem when I buy these things. They end up missing pieces that you can't do without, right? It's actually part of the figure, so that always stinks. So then I went to a bunch of sales and did not do well, right? Just nothing. I was like, all right, I got to go get Amber. She wasn't feeling well. So I went and got her. And I was like, you know what? On the way there, I went to one more sale and actually found a couple things. So I'm just going to show you the base system, but a Panasonic telephone. Let's see, the model is KXTG6841. Yeah, I don't know if anybody cares. It's like a $25 system. I'm just starting to get into those, right? Like that's something I'm learning right now. I've sold a few of them new. Obviously, new is really easy. Even the used ones, I did sell a used one last week, which you guys probably saw on Wednesday when I posted my what sold. It sold for like $40. That one had, I think, 4 handsets, and this one only has 3. So I think that's going to be the determining factor. The more handsets, the better. We'll see. There was also this little funny device here, Plus Tech. It was in the box. I just really easily looked up the model number on eBay. There were none listed, and then there was actually, I think, 3 sold. And they were selling for anywhere from $100 to $150. And then there was one actually in international that was $198 or something like that. And they wanted $5. Yeah, there was no power supply, so I got to buy a power supply. I've actually decided I'm going to order a multi adapter so that I can test these things out before investing in the actual power supplies of these things, because sometimes they can cost a bunch of money, like as much as $20-$30. And I'm like, if I have one that I can at least test the unit out on, it seems like a good tool to add to my arsenal of tools. I love having tools anyway, so. All right, so then we headed to a couple of estate sales. I got some Wii parts at one of them, so that was kind of cool, but not what I was looking for. Of course, as soon as we pull up to one of them, I see a guy walking out with bags full of stuff, and I'm like, I know that's going to be video games, and that's exactly what it was. It just makes me, it just hurts me when I'm that close to getting them and missing them. And I know you guys are probably having that same thing because everybody's looking for video games, right? Everybody's looking for them. So, of course, it's going to be really hard to get them. But we did go to one of my favorite estate sale companies, estate sales, and it was day 2. It was late in the morning. I didn't expect to find a whole lot, but I always have a good time going to them. They usually pick places that have a ton of stuff to look at. I would know this because I have used them for my own estate sales in the past when I was getting divorced, and they did a really good job. So I love going to them. They have usually pretty fair prices. Usually they're marked really high. I don't know, I've seen a bunch of you guys going on YouTube, and it seems like the prices are really low. Prices here in Connecticut seem to be really high, like retail or more, just ridiculous prices. So I usually wait. That's why I like to wait until later in the day, because I usually just do a lot better. So let me grab a couple of these things off the ground here. I think the first thing, I'm dropping things. The first thing I think I found was this Anne of Green Gables book set. I think they had it marked at like $10, something like that. I figured this would sell for like $25 to $30. That's probably where I'm going to price it at. It turned out like number 1 was used, but the rest of these are actually new. So I'm going to make sure and note that in the listing. That's going to increase the value on it a little bit probably. So like I said, probably in the $25 to $30 range. All right, I dropped a bunch of stuff, so let me grab it all. I went through, I was struggling for inventory that day, right? You know the struggle is real. And I was like, all right, I went through the cassette tapes. There was a bunch of them that were new. Honestly, you guys, I don't normally buy cassette tapes because I don't do very well on them, or at least I didn't used to. If you can buy them in like a 5-pack, a 10-pack, a 20-pack, done. Like that stuff kind of self-sells. But these onesie-twosie ones, usually I do terrible. And I'm like, well, maybe I just don't know what to buy. So I'm like, let's buy some. I'm sure I'm going to get a reasonable rate on them, and I can do a little bit of pay-to-learn kind of stuff. So there were these 4 Sony tapes. There's 2 different kinds here. Let's see. These didn't have a ton of value, maybe $2 each. What I'll probably do is put it up for $10 with free shipping for these 4. So not terrible. And then there was this one. This one's actually starting to get into like what is a good tape apparently. I'll probably put this up for $10 free shipping all by itself. And then this one actually was a high-end version. And this one I'll probably put up for like $14 free shipping or $13 free shipping, something like that. So it's worth about $10 all by itself. So pretty cool learning experience. I'm starting to see like if there's more words on there, if it's longer, and then I already knew that you need to be looking for like high bias, not regular bias. But what are you going to do? I was happy to buy them. I also bought a huge pile of PC games. It looked like there was a lot of like commons in there, but I've also seen a couple other YouTubers buying the common games and them selling for a lot. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's see if I can prove to myself if any of them are worth value or have any value to them, if they have any worth. Most of them, were destroyed. The discs were just completely wrecked, so they weren't going to work anyway. The ones that were okay, even those didn't have any value, those are getting donated immediately. But Zoo Tycoon, you guys, I got all 3 of these Zoo Tycoon discs. They're going to do pretty good, actually. Probably the least one was this dinosaur one. The dinosaur one, that's going to be like $10. The Marine Mania was like, let's see, that one was $20. That's this one. And then the regular one is going to be about $15. So, like, I'm very happy with that, right? Like I didn't expect to find anything that was going to be worth that much money, so I'm very happy to find that stuff. And then I'm not going to take it out of the box, but another slide projector. You guys know I love to buy these things. The price is on there. They wanted $50. So for everything I've shown you from this estate sale, I paid $40. I feel like that's pretty fair. The value is 164, so I'm going to quadruple my money. It's about that 25% range of cost versus value. I really don't like to pay that much. Even less, right, of course, is better. But overall, not a bad deal. Going to pause for a second and grab the last thing I bought that day. Okay, so for the last thing we did, we went to my favorite little local comic book shop. Looked for all sorts of stuff. They always have neat toys. They have all sorts of comic books now. They're always looking for more things to break into, but I know it's a source for video games. I did pick up a friend of Amber's Nintendo 64 game. I got her Mario Kart. It was like $30 for the Nintendo 64, like I said. So that's actually a pretty fair price for that. They didn't have anything new this week, and the shelf was kind of bare, but there was a weird Amazon box sitting there, and I was like, well, what's inside the Amazon box? Well, there was Shadow the Hedgehog in there. And then I looked a little closer, and there were 2 DS games. So we have Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, and then Sonic Chronicles, which normally I wouldn't hold up the games that close, but honestly, those are all 3 really good games as far as value goes. Shadow going for about 15, Sonic Chronicles going for about probably 30 with free shipping, and then Spyro going for 20 with free shipping. So overall, it was $5 each, which, right, is a little bit high for a DS game, honestly. GameCube is not too bad, but $15, and then the total value is going to be about $60. So it's going to be like just like the rest of the stuff I've done is about 25% of the value, which is not too bad at all. So that was it, you guys. Spent about $140, I want to say. And total value, I didn't even do that yet. Not so good. Let's do that really quickly while you guys wait very patiently. Let me edit this part out. Let's see. Total value, $639. So the total we spent was $140. Total value was $640. So, right, definitely good. About 20% of the total value is what we spent. Not a bad day, not a bad weekend. Just, it's hard. A couple weeks ago, I had something that was like $1,800. So this is so much different than that. And it's hard to have that roller coaster ride, right? It's tough to stay motivated to keep doing this. And it's tough even sometimes to even remember that this is fun and that we're out supposed to having a good time. I'm out of the house, right? COVID was hard, locking down. So we're out going to garage sales, which is supposed to be fun. I've said that like 3 times now, I think. So if you've enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up button if you want to. If you're interested in subscribing, please do. If you're not, that's okay. I'm really happy you watched anyway. So there we go. That's going to do it this week. Once again, my name is Patrick. Thank you very much.